welcome back to the channel. It is a rainy Saturday. Been waiting on parts to come in that I ordered, and I've got the side shift cylinder on my forklift at the hydraulic rebuilder, so waiting on that. But I was just thinking the other day that I've never done an equipment tour video, and at least with the channels that I like to watch, I always enjoyed those, so I figured I'd do one for you guys. Okay, so starting out in this building, this is mostly the tractors and trucks. Pretty much anything with an engine, for the most part, is up here. We've got the Allis-Chalmers 5050. I believe it's a 1980 or 81. The infamous International 1066. Everybody loves this one. Got my 706 here, and hooked to it is our 15-foot Woods Batwing brush hog that is currently missing the center gearbox. I have that in my garage at home, currently rebuilding that. I didn't record taking that apart. Looking back, I probably should have, but I can always record the reassembly of it. If you guys are interested, leave a comment below. This right here is our Ford salt spreader truck, and you might be asking, why in the world does a farm need a salt spreader truck? Well, for one, it was cheap, and we got to thinking that maybe we could use this truck to spread lime and maybe even chicken manure on our fields. When we got it, it would hardly run, just enough to get itself up on a trailer, and come to find out that it had a couple stuck valves on it and bent push rods, so we got those freed up, got all new push rods in it, carburetor's rebuilt. We got to do some tuning on it yet. Give it a good oil change, because it's probably got a lot of penetrating oil in the engine oil at this point. Yeah, and just kind of go through it, check out the hydraulics. I know for a fact that everything on this truck worked just fine when it was parked, but then it got parked for quite a few years and forgot about. So hopefully more to come soon on this truck. Back here in the corner, this is my dad's truck, 84 Ford F-250, 460 gas. And my truck used to be my grandpa's, a 1950 Chevy 3600. And whenever I get truck 17 done, this is going to be my next restoration project. This right here is our Allis-Chalmers WD. It's been on the channel a couple times. Also used to be my grandpa's. Fun little tractor to drive around. And then we've got our John Deere 326E skid steer. That's about it for this building. On to the next. Almost forgot about the stuff that's sitting outside. This is our farm dump truck. It's a Chevy something or other pieced together. It is not by any stretch of the word roadworthy, so it just stays on the farm, and it does what we need it to do around here. And back here we've got, let's see, I just bought that a couple months ago, got it real cheap. It is a Brillion, I believe, 12-foot cultipacker. It needs pretty much everything, but if you have been watching the prices on these things recently, they're pretty much worth their weight in gold. So get this one back together and keep working my way to being able to do some grain around this farm. And then right here we have a 12-foot Glencoe field cultivator. Another one I found on Craigslist, real cheap. It needs a lot of work, but it's a good solid frame to build off of. So I was fortunate to find that one as well. Okay, so I got the front and the rear doors open on this building down here. We don't have any power, so no lights. Start out with my favorite piece of equipment, our 1953 Cat D7 cable blade, 3T, 4-cylinder, non-turboed. It's a good old dozer. Not the fastest, but it works great for us, and I wish I had a flashlight, but it's a pony start. I'm still wanting to get this dozer out and do some work with it this spring. I'm not sure if that's going to happen though. Kind of like to have a good little bit of work lined out for this thing to do to justify taking it out. We've got a Bale King kicker wagon for the square baler that we no longer have. I'd still like to get a small square baler and get back into doing some of them, even though they're kind of a pain. John Deere seed drill, not sure of the model number or the year. Got the New Holland 489 hay bine. My Bush Hog 8-wheel V-rake. Our Rhino 4-basket tedder. Little 3-point fertilizer spreader. Got a New Holland roller bar rake. 6-foot Woods brush hog. And this right here is actually the headache rack and winch off of truck 17. Whenever we get to that point, this thing is going to be going back on with some modifications. Over here, oh, you guys aren't supposed to see that yet. Moving right along, got our New Holland 853 round baler, bar and chain round baler. Good machine, love that thing. Our Glencoe 5-shank disc chisel. I believe this is an International 10-foot transport disc. Got some spare tires for the 706. This is our International, what is it, a Lodestar 1700 flatbed. I'm not sure of the year. I think it's a maybe late 60s, early 70s. It's a gasser. I'd like to get this thing running again. It probably hasn't moved in at least 30 years. But it'd be nice to get it going, if nothing else, just to transport hay from one end of the farm to the other. And these are some minty rice and cane tires that I got for the back of the 706. But unfortunately, I believe those are Oliver rim centers, whatever you want to call them. At least the other side of the rim, it kind of has that light green Oliver paint on it. But that's why I have those other ones leaned against the wall, because those are good centers and decent rims, but the tires are shot. So, well, not a very long video, but that's our equipment lineup. You guys are already pretty familiar with everything I have in my garage at home. Hopefully here soon, possibly next week if the weather holds out, we're going to be getting into doing first cutting hay, so look forward to that. And as soon as I get some parts in for the Mac, I'll be getting back on that. So I thank y'all for watching, and have a good one.